SYFF's work is really helpful to Scottish young people. It makes it feel like there's place for us in the Scottish film industry, because like for me, before I worked with them, I didn't really feel like that someone like me could work within the film industry, but now I know that I can.
I was lucky enough to be selected to go on trip to Pinewood Studios down in London with the Scottish Youth Film Foundation.
Now, when we arrived from Edinburgh to London, we, to our surprise, there were goodie bags waiting for us from UN Productions.
Full of James Bond merchandise.
I'm a huge fan of the Bond films, so it was amazing.
We had such an incredible weekend.
Now, if the first day wasn't exciting enough, on the second day, we went to Pinewood Studios where we got more freebies, like this lanyard and this tote bag.
The Pinewood Futures Festival. You've all made an incredible decision coming here. Thank you so much for joining us.
Even thinking about walking onto a film set, because you're about to embark with 300 people, all with the same goal. It's like a beautiful dance.
When you come to Pinewood and you've seen the scale, you get bitten by the bug.
The future of the film is in your hands now, so go for it. Think big.
That's the thing as well. Network.
Introduce yourself, say hi, say your name, shake the hand. Those little interactions go a long way.
There's so many different talents and different subject areas for STEAM, so science, maths, English, art. You could be an amazing effects technical director, making explosions and digital lava.
A number of students here today that are particularly interested in makeup, some interested in prop making.
We actually have an employee now who visited us at the Futures Festival last year, who now works with us full-time, scanning people for Marvel shows.
I'm kind of keeping my eyes open. Also, I'm really interested in cinematography.
Get your hopes up, because then your energy shifts, right? And then you're going into the room with the right attitude.
You can start out as a runner and end up running all of Pinewood post-production.
And it was one of the best, if not the best experiences in my life. I really loved being in the actual studio.
It was a really incredible event to get to attend. There were so many different industry professionals there to talk to, from like acting, production management, VFX, set design, and so many more.
First we went to this massive room which had lots of stalls with film organisations and companies. I've got about a stack of leaflets that I brought home with me for workshops, summer schools and work experience.
We've spoken to a lot of interesting people. For example, Terry Auckland Snow, the guy who designed Batmobile.
We're going to see the makeup trailer.
There was also lots of equipment set up, big camera rigs and stuff, and it was really cool to see how it operates. And they also let some people have a shot, so that was also great.
One of the most interesting things that happened was I walked past a stall which had latex and prosthetics for film on it, and I was just so fascinated by it because it all looked so realistic, and I mentioned that to our tour guide at Pinewood, and she was able to take me over to talk to one of the ladies who works there teaching how to create prosthetics and apply them and generally work in special effects for movies. And this isn't something that I was even really remotely interested in before I went there, but I walked away from that conversation thinking, wow, maybe this is something that I'm really into, because she was so lovely, she was so informative.
I'm particularly interested in documentary filmmaking, and I got to speak to a few people involved in the documentary industry who gave me some really helpful advice, told me about some different pathways I'd actually not heard of, which was really helpful.
And all this was very important to me as I plan to get into the film industry myself. I'm in my first year of uni. I got to learn so much. In the film industry, there's something for everyone.
It's so exciting to get to visit a film studio where so many amazing films have been made.
We went to Sony Productions, where they shown us their cameras and very interesting technology with Unreal Engine backgrounds. After Sony, we went to Pinewood Creative Media Skills Institute and spoken to Terry Bomber, director assistant on more than 100 movies, including James Bond's.
We got to watch some of the Bond scenes that he'd been involved with, and he walked us through those, which was such a fascinating insight into kind of how a big blockbuster movie is made.
He was inspiring. I loved listening to all these stories, and he gave us quite a realistic view into the industry.
He even gave us his contact information at the end, which was also amazing, and gave us some advice on how to access the industry.
The best part is all of it was paid for, and as a uni student with my student loans, it was great to be able to experience all of that with food, travel, accommodation, all for free, and it was honestly one of the best and most inspiring trips I've ever been on.
I'm so thankful to SYFF for giving me this opportunity. I learned so much about pathways into the industry and feel a lot more confident.
I hope that in the future more young people can experience this, because it is an absolutely incredible opportunity.
In the end, I wanted to thank SYFF and Pinewood for actually making my dream come true. Thank you.
To be chosen to go on this trip just meant the world. I've not really been able to experience much of this kind of thing in my life before. I'm the first person in my family to kind of be interested in the film industry, first person in my immediate circle. It was so valuable. It meant the world.
I'm so grateful. It was just such an amazing opportunity. This was my first time in London, and it could not have been better.
Thank you guys, it was absolutely amazing.